So anyway, that's all I've been thinking about is like the first day of the fast was I wanted a burger. And then ever since yesterday, I just keep picturing this glorious breakfast burrito that I want to eat, which of course, coming off a fast, you can't do that. I usually have like a little bit of like cantaloupe and just some avocado, just easy to digest, like fucking baby food. And what I do like about that is it's not like a shock to the system, because believe me, by 9 o'clock tonight, if somebody said, do you want to go to McDonald's? I would say abso-fucking-lutely. And I would get, what would my McDonald's order be? Two double cheeseburgers, if they would make them. Okay, that's my favorite McDonald's sandwich. A close second is the quarter pounder with cheese. So if they weren't making the double cheese, I would get 2 quarter pounders with cheese. All right. So what am I up to now? Like immediately, I think I'm over 2,000 calories. That's not even with the fries. I get 1 large fry. Like nobody needs to eat that many. It's too much fucking potatoes and shit. It just fills you up. And then I would get maybe 2 cheeseburgers. And maybe a vanilla shake. For some reason, not chocolate, which I usually go. I'd get a vanilla shake. And I would sit there in my car, barely getting out of the drive-thru. Did I ever tell you guys how much I fucking used to love McDonald's when I was a young man? That was my favorite fucking thing to do after boozing was to go to Mickey D's, hit the fucking drive-thru, and order like $11 worth of food in like 1986. So that's like, $25. I remember one of my buddies, we went there. He ordered 3 quarter pounders with cheese back when they came in the styrofoam fucking box. And my buddy was and then there was one of my buddies in front of him who was so stoned he ordered a medium French fry before they had one, and that person was looking on the fucking keyboard trying to find it. Anyway, by the time I got to my food and I ordered what I ordered, I came back and he was polishing off already. He was polishing off his 3rd quarter pounder, and he had all the styrofoam boxes were open, stacked on top of each other. And he had such a look of satisfaction on his face. I just started cracking up laughing. I was like, Jesus, oh my God, that fucking weekend. I believe we were going up to New Hampshire, and we had rented this place, and we just were underage. We were drinking. And then we just left and didn't pay. It was just bad. I mean, I wasn't into doing that, but everyone was doing it. So I was like, all right. All right, I guess this is what we're doing. You know when that fucking happens? When you just kind of go with it? Like, because I actually had the money. That's the one thing. I've had a job since 3rd grade. I had a paper route in 3rd grade. I never had a fucking allowance. There was a brief time I'd shine my dad's shoes. Get your fucking shine box, Freckles. But he wasn't consistent with the payment, so I had to drop him as a customer. And then I got a paper route in 3rd grade, and I kept the paper route right up until I was a freshman in high school. I started getting taller than some of my customers. And then I got a worker's permit to get a job. Oh, my God, that job at Morse Shoe. Ugh. And I was pulling these computer tickets. It was the most mind-numbing fucking job ever. And then by then I could be 16. Then you could legally work. And then I just started working in warehouses. I've had a job ever since. But what was great was I remember all my friends were always having to bum money off their parents. They'd be at fucking lunch, high school lunch. They didn't have any money. And I always had, $5, $10, which was like having like $100 bill on you when you were at that age. I always had money to feed myself, So, yeah, I've never been. I've always worked, so I've never been broke. I've had times where I was thinking I didn't have enough money to make my rent, but I always had gigs and shit, and I always saved the money. I was always smart, always drove like a fucking piece of shit car until I could afford a fucking nice one. But I will say, I probably took it too far when I was younger. Going back, there's a few things I was like, man, why didn't I just get one of those fucking cars? You know, just to have a cool car when I was younger. I didn't. I just had a fucking nerdy two-wheel drive Ford Ranger. But I always had fucking money. I always had money! Always fucking worked.